Here we go, dimes. Bam, okay. Shield's chemical annex sits a small distance from the house. The house is partially boarded up. You assume it's an artifact of hurricane preparation that has since become a permanent fixture. We're just going to walk right in, I suppose. He's going to be sitting like right here. Yep. Not the first ones to come through here, toppling over all my shit in the dark. Since the bio people think this neighborhood's all the way empty, come around looking for copper. You wouldn't do that kind of thing, Kay, not like your brother. How's it been, Duck? How's it been? About how it looks. I made such a mess with that head drive, just trying to keep myself out of trouble till it's my turn to go, so you mentioned a buyout. You must have noticed coming in, the houses are all gone. People here have been fighting with S.H.I.E.L.D. all their lives. They got a little momentum on their side after the last explosion. Papers were making S.H.I.E.L.D. look bad. But hell, we were here first. S.H.I.E.L.D. moved in. We suffered. Gas leaks, noise, explosions. Can't grow my vegetables out in the yard. Just won't grow. I never cared to move, but I knocked doors for it anyhow. S.H.I.E.L.D. had never dropped in on us. My little plot of land would be worth something. Money they were offering to buy us out was all right. But be worth a lot more money had they never come. Number they put in front of me, I said piss on it. Could have sued after Reese died. I just didn't have the energy for it. Now I'm the last one left in dimes, so... Sorry about Reese. It's history. Most days I can't remember his face, if I'm honest. Reese must be his 14-year-old son, right? When you fill out the survey at the head drive clinic, they ask you to write down memories. Control points, they call them. All of them years ago, I couldn't stand to write out his name. It was too painful. I skipped his memory. I regretted it at first, but I'm thankful for it now. It'd be a lot worse if that monster carried a piece of my body inside it. So, this head drive. I unleashed it, the monster. Superduck calls itself that just to get to me, just to piss me off. It's my fault. The company that made it for me should have known from the get-go. They only do their business at night. Found out later they ain't even got a license. Your mother went to the same clinic for hers. I tried to warn her. That junk that was in my brain begins to laugh. It's spreading around like a virus. It's even in the trees. I told your mother don't get messed up in any of that. She tells me it's talking to her through the radio. I said turn off the radio. She never listens. Stops responding to me. Figure that monster's got money to burn. Catherine didn't want to leave her debt for you to deal with, so... So you kept up with my mom? Up until right near the end, Kay. She lived like she wasn't sick. She never quit. But I could see it wearing on her. Took a toll on her body. Started in her liver. They burned it out. Thought maybe that was the end of it. Before you know it, they found a little in her lungs. She was still going all over town, walking up and down the airline like some kind of bag lady. Or she thought it'd go away if she ignored it. That didn't work out for her. Once it came for me, it never did quit. I've been getting sores. Cramps every day. Can't keep nothing down. Tried to tell her that. Said, Catherine, this not the kind of thing you can work off. You think she listened? So... They may not be outright saying it, but I believe they're implying that this cancer that she had and he has, probably due to the environment caused by S.H.I.E.L.D. By the time it got to her brain, that was all there was to it. No more working. No more doing nothing. But she'd already gotten fed up with me by that point. Really made amends before they put her in that mausoleum with your daddy. Hurts my heart thinking about it, but what can you do? No hiding from God's will. So, we're trying to get into the refinery. Yeah, not a good idea, Kay. What for? They stole my mom's stuff. Well, that's interesting. The regional executive, she took a particular interest in your mother. Why? She wanted to know the things Catherine knew, I suppose. Mother was out in the lake. She heard S.H.I.E.L.D. or somebody was building some kind of rig out there. She wanted to find out for herself. She didn't find what she was looking for, but she found something. Sounded to me like her medication was messing up her head. She insisted it was real, some kind of UFO. Said it followed her for nearly a mile. Anyhow, that CEO they got at S.H.I.E.L.D., she's about as far out of her mind as your mother was. She must have caught wind of all this. Catherine got to be careful in her old age. Paranoid, even. Important things she kept hidden. Whatever S.H.I.E.L.D. stole wasn't nothing important. It's a double negative. Are they trying to say something to me? But you want to get her back. Can you help? I'm going to regret telling you this, but I've been sitting on it so long. Been dying to tell somebody. I don't know how she'll manage to do it, but they fucked up. They bought out this neighborhood, and ever since they did, they put me behind the firewall. Got a computer terminal back there. Every time I boot it up, get a view of the inside. Not like I know what the hell to do with it. Clicked around a bit, but just got myself lost. Can't hardly read the screen. Computer's back there in my little library. Have a look. Whatever you do, Kay, I'm asking you to be careful. Alright, so I'm gonna be a hacker. This monster. My mom was working for it. Ain't even thinking about that thing. Knows I'm here dying while it grows and grows. Big, disgusting, toxic birds sprouting from the ground all over the region with teeth and hands and all kinds of shit. Unbelievable. Turns my stomach. You know what? It won't be the first to die. Hell no. It roped your mother into some lunacy. She wouldn't tell me the details. I couldn't get a single word out of her after a point. Did you attend her funeral? Yeah, I planned to. Arranged for my godchild to pick me up and everything. But the day of the service, I could hardly walk. Heard from a couple people it was a beautiful one. For all the bridges she burned, there was plenty of people who had nice things to say. Even a few of her colleagues from the university showed up. The ones who got her sacked. I know that have chapped her ass. They buried her with a fake little ring she always wore around her neck. She'd say it reminded her who she was. Because she probably wanted to give it to you. You were gone. And Blake, well, he'd have pawned it to anyone who fool enough to buy it. So the ring she wore was fake? Oh, you don't know the story? Kind of funny if it weren't so sad. Your granddaddy wanted to prove he was from royal stock, so he broke into a pawn shop up there on Airline and stole the biggest ruby you could find. Went around telling everyone it was from the old world. Said it traveled from France to Nova Scotia and down the Mississippi. Well, that was a bunch of bullshit. He ended up in Angola for it, though they never did find the ring. Catherine took it to an appraiser one time. It's cubic zirconia. Fake! The man spent months in jail for a fake piece of jewelry. After that, everyone started calling him King Pierre. They laughed him out of crevasse. So my mom was fired? Sure, you were young. Wouldn't have been too long after it blew past. She lied up and down to get that job, and it weren't nothing special neither, just a community college in the city. That's Catherine, and never wanted to play it straight. Suppose Blake took after her in that respect. All right. Wow, did we get some info from this dude? Oh my god, look at all the turquoise. Duck is an old friend of your mom's who lost his son when he was a S.H.I.E.L.D. pipeline cutting through their yard exploded. He versioned his consciousness at the same clinic as her. They fell out of touch before she died. He lives in Dimes and is in poor health. Thank you. Your grandpa broke into a pawn shop and stole a jeweled ring to uphold the lie that he was descended from French royalty. Your mom later discovered that the ruby was made from synthetic material. She still wore the ring around her neck until she died. She was buried with it. Mom versioned her consciousness at the same disreputable neural versioning clinic as Duck. The device that hosts her consciousness is called a head drive. Laura is interested in my mom. Duck speculates that it's because of the object your mom observed in the lake. Blue is in a mausoleum. He wasn't buried. He was interred in a mausoleum. You visited it a few times as a kid. Catherine bought flowers and prayed there. You sat restlessly, waiting for her to finish. Did you see that afterwards? She dragged you into the church that faced River Road to make you touch the holy water. She watched you motion the sign of the cross before fixing your shirt. She held your shoulder as the two of you left. Okay then, so we got a mausoleum on our map. I feel like I need to go there before I use this computer. I don't know. Ephemera. Collection of bills, letters, and photographs are pinned to the board. The photographs are of various industrial and infrastructural landscapes that you recognize from around the region. The Geismar aluminum refinery, the grain elevators downriver, the airport control tower, a strange ornamental box. I would like to enter it. You attempt to open the box, but it's locked. I don't really have any. Oh, a trophy sitting atop the bookshelf reads Junior Champion Reese Richard, St. Charles Parish, XYX2B. Champion of what? Printout containing the letterhead of a law office, and the Metairie sits in the tray of the printer. Mr. Richard, after carefully studying the circumstances of the buyout, we recommend that you proceed with the relocation. Shield is not legally obligated to provide you with an easement. You may find yourself trespassing on private property when leaving and returning to your home. So they're insinuating that it's one of those cases where you find a house like in the middle, like on the medium of a road, or like I said, surrounded by private property. You see those every now and again. Also interesting that they use the term ephemera, which is a term that was used in Kentucky Route Zero that you don't really see all that often. The head of a book is mounted to the wall. You peruse the titles on the bookshelf. The U.S. Army Corps Anomalous Light Report. A report on the levitating spheres of light witnessed by multiple onlookers above Camp Memory and the Bonnet, it's probably Bonnet Carré spillway throughout the spring and summer of whatever. Commissioned by the United States Army Corps of Engineers. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the light for a second. The Pigman, what the hell? I don't know if there is an urban legend in Louisiana about a light. There probably is. Like I said before, there's one in many states. The Pigman as well. You know, there's states have these sort of half animal, half man urban legends, like the Mothman or the Wolfman, etc. Anyways, there is one of such lights, one of the more popular ones in Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula, in a middle of nowhere town called Paulding. It is called the Paulding Light. And there's video of it. You can search it on YouTube. There's actual video of it. And of course, there's lots of urban legends around it. But there's a scientific explanation, and we know what it is. I should say we mostly know what it is. We're pretty sure what it is. I don't know if anybody's actually proven it, but it makes sense. So in this place, it's in the middle of the woods. Lots and lots of trees everywhere. And there's like this valley. And there are these power lines going down this valley. So when you see power lines going through a forest, obviously the trees are cut around the power lines. So you're sitting at the one end of the valley, high up, and you're looking down the valley, and it goes down and then comes back up again. And you see the power lights go down into the valley and up, and it's all clear. Maybe if I remember to do this, I'll get a picture off YouTube or off Google, whatever. I'll put an image on the screen. And at the very end, you see a floating light. And it moves a little bit, and it looks really weird. And if you don't know any better, it's a UFO, in the literal sense. And what it actually is that down the way is a road, and the road is coming towards the power lines in the valley. It's coming towards you, looking at the Paulding Light. But it doesn't come straight, obviously, because it's the woods and the power lines. It turns off to the right. And so what you see is some kind of illusion of headlights on a car floating, it looks like, from that far away. And it moves a little bit because the car is moving a little bit. And then it like disappears because the car turns off to the right. And then the next car comes along and the light reappears. That's the Paulding Light, and there's a huge urban legends about that. And I'm assuming many states who have these floating lights are of a similar explanation, right? I'm guessing that's what they're insinuating here. Is we got this light, and there's an urban legend around it. I don't know. I mean, obviously we've seen some weird things in this game. There's some magical realism involved, so there might be something to this light, but there might not be. I guess we'll see. After a careful survey of the soil content in the area near Camp Memory, interesting that they call it Camp Memory as well, considering that we have this company that makes revisions or versioning of your memory. Our inquiry has determined anaerobic conditions conducive to the formation of confined pockets of gas that, given exposure to sufficient heat, may ignite. All right, so this is different than a car on a headlight thing. Okay, so there's other urban legends of fireballs, and of course, being from Michigan, there's one in Michigan as well of a floating fireball. I think that this is the exact explanation that they give for it too, of pockets of gas that are ignited. So I know that the fireball has been seen in several cities. One of them notably is Muskegon, which is a city on Lake Michigan, not necessarily known for refineries of oil, but a lot of logging goes on there, and there might be some other kind of refineries. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if that would be an explanation for the fireball, but again, this is another common American urban legend, are these floating fireballs with this explanation of pockets of gas. Anyway, let's continue. Sorry. These spontaneous incidents of combustion were likely mistaken for floating luminous spheres. Yeah, exactly. Some claim that the Pigman is a type of grunch who hides beneath the interstate bridges that cross Lake Pontchartrain. Legend has it that... Remember when I said Lake Charles earlier? I'm probably Lake Pontchartrain, not Lake Charles. Anyways, legend has it that if you bring the Pigman a gift, he will return a gift to you in kind. Ah, I wonder if there is a time that we will meet said Pigman and we will have to offer him a gift, like a cat phone thing. Okay, so now that we know about that, that is very good to know. I don't think I want to go there yet, though. I think I want to leave. And I want to see what's going on out here. The mausoleum. I think I want to do that. Oh, well, this is pretty. I like this. Oh, I didn't really want to go outside yet. Hold on, I want to look around. You approach the church and try the door, but it's locked. Okay. Nothing else? Okay, well, I guess we're going inside then. Uh-oh, that one's busted open. Is that it? Madere. The face of your mom's crypt is damaged, with cracks running along the edge. It appears as if someone has tampered with the crypt with a pry bar. We could open it ourselves, like the pry bar in our backyard. What is Millions doing? Wait a minute. I wonder if Millions is trying to accept his dear leader or something. Something weird is going on. Do I need to go back and get the pry bar? Do I? Okay. Well, it's a good thing it's an easy trip home, right? You grab the pry bar lying on the ground. All right. I did not mean to go here. Sorry if I'm clicking too much. All right, here we go. You pry at the cracked marble face of the crypt. It peels away from the thin caulk bead effortlessly. Someone has removed Catherine's casket. And there's a ring. That was your mother's ring. She wore it on a chain around her neck. A letter, the penmanship delicate. It reads, Beloved Kay, her remains are safe. You will be reunited with your family soon. What do you mean reunited? What do you mean? Your mom was conducting research. Why was that highlighted, but there's nothing new here? Your mom was investigating reports of unpermitted shield construction in the lake. Well, there she saw something, but what? She was also exhumed. Her body was stolen from the Red Church Mausoleum. All right. So, I have this ring now. All right, I can't give it to the... Can't give it to the peoples. Nothing? All right, all right. Is there nothing else here? I don't think so. I guess we are going to the bookstore just to double check to see if she's okay now. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hi, are you mad at me? No? Yes? Does she need any of this? No. All right, let's get out of here. I guess we're going to Shield, or here first. All right. I'll leave you in the dark, guy. All right. Computer console with a large trackpad and magnified display. All right, here goes nothing. You pass your finger over the trackpad, waking the machine. Shield security terminal is displayed on the console. You sit before the Shield terminal display. Oh god. It's gonna be a minigame I'm bad at. What do you mean? This is a map of Shield's Sentinel drone security fleet. The entrance to the refinery is in Zone A. If we want to gain access to the refinery, then it may be necessary to clear the Sentinels from this zone. There are currently 3 drones patrolling Zone A. Perhaps there is a way of recloading them to other zones. Sequence allotment 10. Zone 1I, undeveloped, reservoir and port facilities, reservoir facilities switchyard, freight elevator, reservoir facilities, riparian area, residential commercial holdings, catalytic cracking unit, switchyard, fractionation annex. I don't know which one I want to be in. Chemical annex? I'm assuming that crane in the background probably isn't there willy-nilly. I don't know where the actual entrance is, though. Did we come in this way? This way? This way? That way? I don't know. But we want to get them out of here. Move drone. I'm going to guess that only 3 allowed in an area. Right? I can't move like 4 drones into one area. Origin zone is unsecured, allocating drone from maximum capacity neighbor. Seems there is a precaution in place to prevent any zone from being unsecured, but there may be a way around this. No zone can host more than 3 drones. When one zone contains no drones, then a maximum capacity neighbor will... Oh, this means that when moving the last drone from Zone A, you must be sure that none of its neighbors are at max. Alright. So E cannot be at max. So what I need to do is this. And probably this. Okay, allotment succeeded. State rest is in... Oh, it seems you were only given 10. All right. When a drone is sent... Yeah. All right, so I got carried away is what they're saying. Fine. I wasn't paying attention to my allotments. Okay, we can move this one down here. And then this should be it. This should get me a win. Oh no, yeah, that should be it. Zone A unsecured. The drones have been cleared from the entrance area of the refinery. I suspect this will be helpful. I too suspect this. But does that mean I'm gonna have to go back there and do a whole bunch of that in order to get around? Oh no, I gotta fight them again. Are we like half dead? I'm a little worried that we're half dead. Oh, we're okay. Okay. All right. He's done so. No problem. Get wrecked, nerds. What a bunch of nerds. Nothing much to it. When them sentinels not around, they let you more or less walk into the place. And would you take a look at that, big fella? Yeah, the freight mover. Hell of a machine. Could really put on a show with one of them. Lucky just thinking out loud. Let's get to it, eh? Refinery's ours. Oh, we're back on Catherine. Catherine, you made it to this warehouse with Big Bird. I sure did. We have a job for you. It will pay. It will solve some problems before you die. Dallas. Sup? No stranger to the network. You will assist Catherine. Yes. So this is, remember, this is Superduck. This is his head drive. Catherine, in the lake, you saw the stone. You see the stone. We want the stone, but it has evaded us. It's in different colors. Superduck is, what else? A network. A system of signals, wireless communication of locusts and frogs, cypress roots, disease vectors, internet of flesh, biomimicry, internet of internet, radio towers, distributed AI, distributed birds in flight. Superduck saw you see the stone because Superduck was an eagle in the sky. The stone is a sky thing that many want, but it reveals itself to no one. No one. Except for you, Catherine. It followed you through the lake. It loves you. It seeks you. It will submit to you. We must act fast. Shield wants the stone. Claire Bionics wants the stone. Superduck wants the stone. And John has the stone. John. Everyone hates John. Everyone follows John. Influencer. Dopamine fiend, convinced himself he has faith in God, convinced others even. Some young and idealistic, some old and bitter. These are the Garretts of John. You will find them gathered in the bowels of the Promenade Mall in Kenner. John has hidden the stone in his forgotten place. He will use the stone in an attempt to fulfill his prophecies, but his are the prophecies of a fool. Whatever you say, Superduck. Got it? Go get me the shiny stone. Hurry, before you die. I want to eat it. Have a good evening, you two. What just happened? I earned some Bitcoin stuff, whatever it's called. Quack job? Was it? No, quack coin? I don't know. Whatever.